All right, folks, what's up, man? Getting on here. Let's do this. Running a little behind. I'm good. See, I had some people in the chat already. Dang, I was running behind. Just taking care of business. We here. We here now. All right. So y'all see what's up. Oh, all right. All right. It's a hot night out too, man. Gotta get this air going. All right. What's up, y'all? What's going on? Got a few people already in here. So we in business. We in business now. Just a few things to talk about, man, because every time something new comes up, some fight schedules change. So we gotta keep y'all posted on what's going on. So let's see who we got in who we got in here. Oh yeah, I'm just looking at the chat now. Dang, y'all were already up in here chatting away. All right. Here we go. Yeah, y'all said y'all was waiting. Nah, I wouldn't cancel. If I was gonna be canceled, I would have just taken the whole stream down, but I had plans on getting on, so don't worry. So where we gonna start first? Where we gonna start? Oh boy. I was gonna start with I was gonna start with Casey O'Neill for ducking, but nah, I'm not gonna do that because she wasn't ducking, man. Let's see here. Six, what's up? He's the only fight to talk about now is Lamos and Wei Lee. Oh, we're gonna be talking about that for a while, up until fight night. But today, man, we got another cancellation just to fill y'all in. No need to hold out on this one. I'm glad I didn't do a video talking about this. Jennifer Maia and Araujo is canceled. I'm like, what's going on, man? What's the reason for cancellation on this? Is it visa issues? Somebody fractured nose? What's up? Hold on. Let's take a look. Let me see if we can find out the reason why. All we have here, yeah, Casey O'Neill the Goose. That's right, Casey the Goose. Casey O'Neill is a duck. All right, so here we go. Casey O'Neill's out. Jennifer Maia was in, and Jennifer Maia was taking on Viviane Araujo for October 14th. But now, O'Neill versus Araujo in Sydney, Australia, is now canceled. Easy said they scared of Maia right now. Hey, Maia can beat them all right now. You know, Maia, she can definitely hand Viviane Araujo another loss the same way she did Casey O'Neill. So I don't see a reason why this one got canceled. I'm just double checking, but I just want everybody to know that this fight is off. And this one was interesting. Now, this was going to be an interesting fight. You know, I thought that there was going to be some type of explosiveness with these two. You know, these two have, I won't say similar skill sets, but they both have explosive combinations. Jennifer Maia more so, I think she puts together more of a technical variety of punches, but Viviane Araujo, I think she's more like just speed based. You know, a lot of her jabs, a lot of her 1-2s, they come at awkward angles and they really just come from the speed. But if you look how Jennifer Maia sets her punches up, you know, she's usually setting little traps, finding her range right off the bat. She's moving side to side, and she'll put together a 1-2 hook, 1-2 uppercut combination. So, you know, when this fight was scheduled or rescheduled, and Jennifer Maia was going to take her place, Casey O'Neill's place, I pretty much felt like Jennifer Maia was going to win this one. You know, I think she has a gas tank, overall tools, even on the ground. I think Jennifer Maia is better on top or on the back. You know, she's a black belt jiu-jitsu, physically strong. She's built for 3 rounds, right? So it would have been interesting, man. It would have been real interesting, but um, I don't know what's going on here. Araujo, I don't know if it's her. Well, we knew who it was the first time, right? Casey O'Neill pulled out. I guess Casey O'Neill fractured her nose, right? I guess she did. That's the word. I think she fractured her nose. I don't know. That's what the word is. My thing is maybe it was too big of a task. I think Viviane Araujo might have been too big of a task for her. After losing to Jennifer Maia, getting 30-27. After she got 30-27 by Jennifer Maia, she was probably thinking, you know what? Araujo is going to be too dangerous to fight. We got to fight all the way down. That's what that could be the situation, right? That could be. And that's smart on Casey's part. No, yeah, Casey fractured her nose. Yeah, she fractured her nose. So that's why the fight is off. So she's going to be out for a while. Well, maybe another 5-6 months. That's another injury for her. She won't be out as long as she was with the torn ACL. She'll be back a lot sooner. They just got to, and then that's what I'm saying. That's why defense is important. That's why I'm talking about. Defense is important. That's why I keep saying Casey O'Neill needs to work on her defense too. Work on that defense. Even in sparring, see, she got hurt again. You can't always go too hard. You can't always go too hard in sparring. You got to save some of that for the fight. Casey O'Neill likes to fight. She likes to fight hard, but can't go up in there and just start, taking big shots. They got to go maybe 30%, 40% power. Can't be going all out. Really, in sparring sessions, just need to be working on timing, head movement, defense, things like that. BJ said, "Oh yeah, BJ, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, man. You said why would she do Araujo and not Maia? I have no idea, man. Because she lost to her. That's why she already lost to Maia. She lost to Maia, and you know what she said? Araujo might have skills that can beat me too. So I don't know. I'm just saying, BJ, you know where I'm coming from. You know what's up." He said, "Is Maia Araujo off?" Yeah, it's off too, man. It's off too. Yeah, it's off. Let me see. Because Marcus Bell just sent me this. And right under the caption when the fight was scheduled for October 14th, it says here that the fight is canceled. I don't know, man. What happened? I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so Araujo, she did repost it. Maybe she's going to fill us in. Let's check Araujo's Instagram. Let's start with that. What is going on? She ain't repost because she did post a story. She just got some posts of her working in the gym, but she's the one that posted it up that Jennifer Maia was filling in to fight. But no cancellation information here. Hold on now, let me check. Let's check some comments here. Let's see. Oh man, that tough Ultimate Fighter fight last night was a banger, y'all. Did y'all see that Kurt in what's his name? His other guy, Jason, is that his name? That Kurt fight last night was whoa, that was crazy. Hold on. Yeah, Kurt Hollabaugh. I mean, he was taking a beating up in there, man. Yeah, Jason Knight. Yeah, Jason Knight and Kurt, they were going to war. I mean, Jason Knight was throwing some beautiful body shots. Good, good left hooks to the body. good right hands. I mean, he was tearing the head up. He was tearing Kurt's head up, but he was catching him with body shots because he dropped him with a body shot. He dropped him with a good body shot. Dropped him with that left hook to the body. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be Austin Kurt now. Yeah, it's gonna be Austin Kurt. All right, so no filter said BJ said according to Maia's recent post is on. Maybe the cancel label was from the O'Neal fight. Oh, really? It's still on? All right, let me check here. All right, now. If it is still on, Lolita said Jason is no filter's friend. No, Austin Hubbard. Austin Hubbard. Yeah, it looks to be still on, man. So I think the fight is still on. I tell you what, we're gonna put a question mark by it in the title. That's the best we can do. Is it canceled or is it on? Well, let's talk about it like it's on, because if it is on, it's gonna be a good fight. Well, let's talk about it though. I think Maia Araujo, this is gonna be, I think it's gonna be an explosive type of match. I don't see anybody getting stopped. I don't see anybody getting stopped in this fight because I know Jennifer Maia has a good chin. And, Araujo, for the most part, her chin is kind of shaky, but she knows how to hold on and survive. She knows how to, B just said Big Marcel hasn't announced anything. I thought he did. That's where we got it from. Let me pull up. Because let's see, Marcel said in parentheses. No, Marcel said in parentheses, he said O'Neal versus Araujo was booked in Sydney, now canceled. He posted that. Marcus has sent it to me. In this Discord too. Hold on, let's look at this thing, man. Marcel. Yeah, go to. Where the heck did that come from? Hold on. Wait a minute now. He said it was now canceled. Oh, yeah, it is canceled. Yeah, if you go to his post a day ago, in parentheses, it says O'Neal versus Araujo was booked. All right, so it is canceled. O'Neal, hold on. No, it looks like it's still on because I'm looking even at Tapology and even the way the way he put it up here, yeah, it's still on. It's still on. Let me fix this. Oh, there's a 2020 article that says Vivian's out of her fight with Jennifer because they were scheduled to fight back then. It was because of a COVID test back then. Okay. Yeah, because somebody else had said it was canceled too. And he sent me that said it was canceled. We're gonna say this fight's still on. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this right now because that's what I like to do. Okay. Yeah, the fight is on. I think, yeah, maybe Marcus had just read it wrong because he sent that to me. So we're gonna fix this. Hang on. Because I like to do that. I like to fix something. Fix something if it ain't right. Anyways, let's talk about the fight while I'm doing that. What do y'all think, man? Like, what what are the chances of Araujo winning this fight? Like, how do you like her chances? Because, like I said, I think they're both explosive, but I think it's going to be similar to the Grasso fight because, Maia is much more technical to me. I think that she throws nicer combinations. She can, when she lets her hands go, she will fight behind her jab and she will mix it up. She will mix it up. I don't think she will bring much like knockout power. She never really, she did rock JoJo in that fight like a couple years ago, but I don't really think she'll bring like that type of a power. JoJo, she'll walk into a lot of punches like that. She'll walk into a lot of shots, and it ended in a submission. But yeah, she was able to hurt her. But I think for the most part, Jennifer Maia, she plays it safe. She'll put together combinations and she'll just try to outstrike and outbox you. But she does throw some nice head kicks. She will throw a nice head kick every now and then. Like she caught Manon with a few of those shots. I think overall, like Jennifer Maia is kind of similar to Andrea Lee, where she won't commit sometimes. She won't commit. She'll just let rounds go. She'll let rounds go every now and then, but she turns it up. Jennifer Maia is a dangerous fighter. Easy said, Maia's gonna dog walk her. Yeah, she has the ability to do that. She has the ability to dog walk. She definitely has the pressure and a way. Yeah, Ravioli said gas tank, way better gas tank. Yeah, her front head kick, all of that. It's a lot of good tools. Araujo, on the other hand, I think she has a snappy jab and some decent power, and a good right hand when she lets it go. First couple rounds, awkward style, in and out footwork, good calf kick, good power, but a lot of it is just based off of that speed. She's throwing a lot of speedy punches that have a lot of power on them, and even if she's not even in range, sometimes she'll let these punches go. So she's missing and exerting too much energy. So I think that's kind of her downfall. So I think really, Maia has the ability to win it wherever she wants. Better timing, just better technique with the hands and overall ground game. Six said he's going for Araujo. You going for it? Do you think she'll win though? Mastermind said Maia by boxing. Yeah, pretty much. I think she could do the same thing Grasso does, outbox, or if she wanted to, win a grappling match. Hold on for a second, y'all. All right, there we go, y'all. Fight is back on. So we fixed that. Fight is on. So we fixed that picture. Okay. So looking at the chat here, let me go back up to some comments. Mastermind said Maia is going to win by UD. I can see that. Ravioli said Maya's going to be the favorite. Pretty much. I think she's going to be the favorite for all of those reasons named. Just overall well-rounded, good cardio, gas tank, good chin, better choices made. Just an overall better IQ. Just a better fighter. I like Araujo. She's exciting, but I think Maia is gonna get her third win in this one. Third win for real. Third win in a row. She beat who she beat first? Marina Moreau or Casey O'Neill? Who was it she beat first? Well, either way, she beat Casey O'Neill, right? And Marina Moreau. Ravioli said, right. Maia has Pitbull head. Because BJ's Araujo couldn't rock Montana as many times as she hit her. She ain't rocking Maia in that noggin. Yeah, Maia's got a good chin now. Yeah, Maia's got a good chin. Okay, yeah, Marina Moreau first, and then Casey O'Neill. She took Casey O'Neill to school after she beat Marina Moreau. Right, right. Yeah, I remember now. 30-27 Casey O'Neill, right? Yep. Yep. Maia's more powerful. I think Maia's more powerful and just smarter. Which, Maya has made some bad choices too in fights now. Maya's made some bad choices too in fights. That's why, she's one that gets the question mark too sometimes. And that's why she's in that position now. She's fighting down because of some of the bad choices she made in fights. The rematch with Chikagan, still couldn't catch up to her. Jessica Eye fight, I thought if she would have took Jessica Eye to the ground, she could have submitted her and got her out the way and I'd been done with it. BJ said, I'm not baiting BJ. I'm just saying, man. It was, man, 30-20. It was 30-27, right? Jennifer Maia did 30-27. I guess she was showing who the more well-rounded fighter is, I guess. 6 has Araujo by unanimous decision. Anybody else got Araujo by decision in this fight? Oh no, man. I don't see it. I don't see a UD for Araujo in this fight. Unless she makes some big changes. Unless she makes some serious changes, then maybe. I don't know. I don't see Araujo winning like that. All right. But yeah, the fight is still on. Maybe we'll break it down a little bit later, like as far as just in a couple months, because I don't want to do a breakdown now when the fight might get canceled for real, right? Yeah, 6. Tell us how Araujo wins by decision before we move on real quick. How does she win by decision? Yeah, I don't think it's that. Yeah, I was reading something. Easy said crickets. Okay. Okay, so 6 is striking and keeping it on the ground and ground control. You think her striking is better than Jennifer Maia's, though? Jennifer Maia, he keeps it on the ground. She'll keep it on the ground now. I don't know if you want to go to the ground. I mean, they're both black belts, but I think Jennifer Maia has a very well-rounded. Let me see. I think she connects wrestling and grappling better. That's what I'm trying to say. I think she connects it better. I think she's better at tossing certain fighters around when they get on the inside with her. 6 at volume. I don't really see Araujo throwing a lot of volume. I think Jennifer Maia throws more, like 3 to 4 three. She can throw 3-4 punch combinations. Sometimes Araujo will throw like 1 or 2. Wait, maybe 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I don't know, because after looking at that Grasso fight, she didn't really have an answer on the ground or against Ebos, right? Didn't Ebos take her down too? I believe Ebos did too, right? Ebos took Araujo down. Here I am picking Araujo in both of them fights, and boy, I ain't making that mistake again. I think Araujo is going to be, possibly getting outstruck again in this fight, though. She definitely not controlling Maia on the ground. No, I don't think so. Maia throws 6 strike combos in there. She's gonna dot Araujo up. He said she gonna dot Araujo up. He said she gonna dot Araujo up. Yeah. Yeah, when she lets her hands go, they're on point. Yeah, Ebos. I thought she did. Ebos threw Araujo down. I remember that. You said it'll be a stalemate fight. I don't know if it'd be stalemate for me. I mean, going off what you say, like I know that's your opinion, but I'm just saying for me, like, yeah, I think it'll come down to who has the higher IQ, and I think Maia will rise to the occasion. They both have been in some disappointing fights as far as like they both put on some disappointing performances sometimes when I was picking them. I'm thinking like, okay, I'm pretty sure she can go in there and execute, but Chikagan, those are both of her daughters right there. I mean, Chikagan, she's put the volume on both of them and kind of exposed their level of IQ to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like out of these two, I would choose Maia to be the smarter fighter than Araujo. But when they both took Chikagan, she showed them both. She showed them both like this is what I'm committed to. Sometimes Maia she'll get taken out of her game or make wrong choices. Same with Araujo. Sometimes Araujo won't even have the gas tank to commit to a game plan. So yeah, Chikagan, she's a mama, man. She's a mama now. She dished out 2 losses to Jennifer Maia. The Araujo fight, we could say is kind of close because I did go on record to say that, but on paper, Caitlin Chikagan won. Okay. Lolita said talk about Shevchenko Grasso. Do y'all want to talk about that next? Or do you want to hear the quick Bellator news? Yeah, let's do the Bellator news here real quick, since that is kind of like the breaking piece of WMMA news. Cause it's about time, man. It is about time. October 7th. Let's see. October 7th, we got 2 title fights. Featherweight, flyweight. Both of them, I won't say are long overdue. Well, one is, but the flyweight fight, I knew that was pretty much in the making. Now that the former champ is bounced back into the mix. But yeah, let's talk about that one real quick first. October 7th, we got Liz Carmouche taking on the former champ Ilima-Lei Macfarlane. And this will be Liz Carmouche's will this be her second or third title defense? Let me check. The Gorilla. Let me see. She won the belt back in April 22nd, 2022 of last year. She defended it. Yep, I was right. Okay, third time. Yep. This will be her third title defense already. 2 fights in 2022, and this will be her 2 fights in 2023. So yeah, this is third title defense for Liz Carmouche. I gotta give Liz Carmouche credit. She said, hey, couldn't get the flyweight belt in the UFC. It was a disappointing performance. Some people rank it up there with the Carla Rose rematch. It wasn't a good fight. It was a boring fight. It wasn't as bad as Carla Rose, but it was up there. I haven't watched this since. Let me put it that way. That Liz Carmouche fight from about 4 years ago. I ain't watched it since. But since then, she's gone 6-0 in Bellator. Racked up 3 wins, took the belt. Now she's defended the belt 2 times. Looking for a third title defense. Got to give her credit, man. She's still keeping the energy. She didn't just want to get the belt. She wants to defend it. And I'm glad that Liz Carmouche took her skill sets over to Bellator, because even the lower ranked contenders in the UFC, I believe, they can they can rush. I won't say to rush through, but they can pretty much like just muscle through the Bellator flyweights. And that's no disrespect. That's no disrespect to them. I'm just saying, like, there's levels to it. Liz Carmouche has been in the UFC for a long time. Long time. So she's bringing a lot of experience over to Bellator. And those fighters just don't stand a chance, really, when it comes down to experience. Whether it is Juliana Velasquez or even Deanna Bennett. Those fighters, they just haven't been at that level. So even with her leaving, doesn't necessarily mean she's fallen off. She's just taking her skill sets to a better place where she can reign supreme, right? If you can't defeat this queen over here, you're going to go over to the next best thing and say, okay, well, the people over here aren't, they're not as skilled. But if I sharpen up what I have and bring in what I know, what I learned, I can go in here and own this place. And that's what she did. And that's what's, like I said, that's what's expected with some Bellator fighters. Once they get cut from the UFC or they just don't do too well, and they take what they've learned, they go to the Bellator, I think they could fare well. And Liz Carmouche is a good example of that. So now she's about to take on Ali Malay, who's 13-2. Ali Malay, since losing the belt almost 3 years ago, went on a back-to-back losing streak to Velasquez. Then Justine Keach bounced back with a win over Bruna Ella and Kana Watanabe. Okay. So now she puts those two wins together and she's getting a shot. I actually thought it would have been interesting if her and BJ said they love giving Kana Watanabe a win. Lolita says she don't follow Bellator. Yeah, Bellator needs more promotion. That's one thing I believe. They really do. I missed that fight. Somebody tell me where to find it. Ravioli, do you have where I can find that fight? I've been looking for it. The Kana fight versus Vita. I cannot find it. Seriously, I can't. I'm trying to watch it too. Easy says she barely beat Bruna Ellen. Yeah, let's talk about that. Cause I thought after Ali Malay beat Kana, I was like, you know what? I want to see her fight one more fight. Like maybe her and Deanna Bennett should fight. Maybe that should be the fight to make. Since Deanna called her out, she's like she want to fight her. Let that fight be for a title eliminator, just to see where Ali Malay stands right now. That was a close fight too. Yeah, the Bruna fight, the Kana fight was really close. So I gave it to Ali Malay, but I thought, Kana did give her a hard time in that one. I thought she did give her a hard time in that fight. But when you look at the skill set of Ali Malay, she has improved with her hand game a little bit. Her striking has looked better. The shots, they are looking a little bit more polished. She showed that to Kana. But again, I think Liz coming in with that experience, physical strength, overall, I think her hands are a little bit better too. Has a good low kick and some pretty decent clinch work. I think, Liz shouldn't really have too much of a problem. I don't think she should really have much of a problem. Let me see. Ravioli said, got you. Okay, hold on. If you could, this is an email for anybody, like when anybody has any information, or if you want to send, like, if you want me to send you a link, like to jump on, or if there's any information you want to send me, use this email right here. So let me know, Ravioli, if you have it, you can just send it there. But yeah, your beat is not too much of a problem with Lima. I think that Liz Carmouche has the size advantage when it comes down to it. I think she has the wrestler's advantage too. To me, I think her grappling is a little bit better, and I think that this should be a fight that if Liz Carmouche is able to mix it up, just don't overcommit to strikes and doesn't telegraph takedowns, or even if Lima takes her down, if she's calm on her back, I think this could be a fight she wins to me. And I'm looking at this resume right now. She's seen a lot of different styles, man. This girl's on 6-fight win streak now since that Valentina fight. I don't see her losing to anybody right now. I think her mindset is to keep that belt more so. Lima, I'm not sure. Is this what she wants? Does she want to come back one more time, give it a shot, become a 2-time champion and retire? Or is she just coming back just to fight out a contract, and then leave? I don't know. But yeah, Bellator, man, they need to do a better job of promoting these fights, man, because I don't know, man. Like the Diana Afsaragova fight versus Justine Keech happening Friday. I forgot all about it. Bellator 298. I remember maybe mentioning it once, maybe like 2 months ago. But yeah, Bellator 298. I have not heard a peep about it until the other day. Hold on, let me see. Who else is on this card, anyways? I know it's that Storley. Was it Storley Ward? Let's see. Afsaragova, Justine Keech. Oh yeah, Diana Silva, and oh yeah, that Ekaterina Sokolova. I thought the UFC was gonna pick her up, but now Bellator picked her up. Yeah, Sokolova. Yeah, that's a fight I'm looking forward to on that card. That's another featherweight fight. Okay. Okay, Ravioli. Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. FC, what's up? He said, hi, Lolita. Serrano Baumgartner is the fight many boxing fans want to see. Serrano shows no signs of interest so far. Let's see if she does. Yeah, I know that rematch. Well, the rematch of the Katie Taylor rematch is not happening yet with Serrano because she's trying to get that rematch with Cameron. Ain't that something, man? Katie Taylor beat Serrano, and Serrano can't get her rematch right away. But Katie Taylor gets her rematch against Chantel Cameron right away. Dang. Well, she was taking her on, and guess they thought they were going to be able to win that fight. But no, Chantel Cameron's a pretty good fighter, man. Like, I picked Chantel to beat Katie Taylor in that fight, man. I thought that she was better. She throws much more cleaner and applies some very, very effective pressure. Baumgartner beat Serrano. I don't know. Baumgartner's kind of small, right? Baumgartner's small. She's clean though, like counter puncher. But Serrano, man, Serrano's got some good body work. Yeah, I thought Serrano had won that Katie Taylor fight, man. But yeah, BJ said, I thought you said Chantel Coates. Oh, no, not Chantel Coates. Chantel Cameron, man. Where is Chantel Coates, man? Katie Taylor's come up. Katie Taylor's had some close fights, man. What's the girl's name? Delphine Pursoon. Jessica McCaskill gave her a close fight. That one, Christina, I forget her name. It was a close fight. She's had some close fights. Whether you think she won them or not, she's had some very, very close fights. I think Chantel Cameron put it together, though. Yeah, but I'm looking at Liz Carmouche in this fight, man. I think Liz Carmouche has a lot of advantages. I think Ali Malay, over the years, her hands has improved, and maybe that might be somewhat of an advantage. But overall, I think Liz Carmouche, she tends to get stronger sometimes in these type of fights. Whether it's Deanna Bennett, she was kind of slow. She lost a couple of rounds. She bounced back and just started getting into a groove. So she doesn't like gas out or anything, but there's it's like a momentum thing with Liz Carmouche. She has to kind of figure her opponent out, and then she'll start adjusting to him. So I don't know, man. She might be looking for her third. She might be looking to get her third successful title defense in my eyes. All right. And other news here for this Bellator 300 card. We got Cris Cyborg and Cat Zingano. Finally got this fight. And that's all I wanted to say. I'm done. I'm just playing. No, seriously though, man. Like, what took this fight so long? I mean, we've been having Cyborg fans, Cat fans, fans from both sides, just fans from the outside looking in, not understanding any of this. We're like, okay, who's the hold up here? Some people say Cat's ducking. Some people say Cris is ducking. After a while, man, it just got boring to me, man. Like, I was like, yo, somebody just sign this contract and let's get it on. Maybe like a year and a half ago, I had some interest in it, but then my energy just went low because I was like, yo, there's just a lot of talk on Twitter going on. There's just a lot of trash talk between Cris and Cat. At this point, I was like, well, let me see. Cat came over to Bellator like 3 years ago, and I remember her fighting 2 unranked fighters, and I'm like, why is she not fighting higher yet? Like, she fought the one girl, Gabriella, I forget her name. Then she didn't fight Arlene Blinko back then. I was like, oh, why is she not fighting Arlene? I mean, Sarah McMahon came straight in. Sarah McMahon came straight in attacking the rankings. I think even Pam Bam did. Pam came up short, but even Pam Bam, she came straight in fighting ranked fighters. But Sarah McMahon, she had me thinking that she was going to steal that title shot for real, because she came straight in and beat Arlene Blinko. Whereas, Cat needed a few fights, took a couple, still calling out Cris, but took 2 unranked fights, finally got in there, fought Pam, and then fought Leah McCourt, won that fight. And since then it was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Is Cris vacate the belt? I don't know. That's what she's saying right at this point. But yeah, Cris is still here. Cris has been fighting, boxing matches. She was on a Terrence Crawford card. She was on the Abenesian card, wasn't she? Back in November. So a lot of people were like, oh man, wasn't she just going to boxing now? I don't know. But my thing was, I'm sure she's gonna come back because she already said it. She's not vacating the belt. But even before she was boxing, and that's another thing. I don't believe Chris's boxing career was the big holdup here, because there was plenty of time in between. Because okay, Cat signed to Bellator in 2020. Her first fight, September 11, 2020. Next fight was April 9th, 2021. Right? And then there was a year in between it, a year and some change, about 14 months in between that time. When she comes back to fight Pam, it's June 24, 2022. So in that period, I know Cris was still around. Like, Cris didn't fight. When Cris fought that one exhibition bout, and then the Abenesian fight was that Crawford Abenesian fight was in November or October 2022, something like that. So that was like after after Cat's return. So in that year that she was away, I was thinking that the fight could have been set up back then. That's why I was waiting for it then. Like, okay, Cat just won 2 in a row. Maybe she's gonna call her out. Maybe she's gonna try to get it. But then, nope, fight didn't happen. Raviel said, I almost thought they were gonna make Cat versus Sarah. I did too. I really did too, because Sarah, she came in with a bang, man. Sarah came in and grabbed that number 2 or 3 spot, right up under Cat. BJ Cat fought whoever said yes. I thought Cris did say yes in this situation. Easy said Cat Cyborg been acting weird about it too. I mean, for real, this is the weirdest fight. I mean, they acting like this is Spence Crawford or something. You know what I mean? They acting like this is a Spence Crawford type of fight. I mean, when people really want to see this thing, because let's be real, much like the boxers, but even worse, they're getting up in age. Cat is 41. Cris is 39, right? 38. Yeah, she's 38 now. 38, 41. And not even talking about the actual years on their body, right? It's about time to just go ahead and lock this thing in. That's where I was always at with this one. And that was like maybe 2 years ago. But it's here. It's here now. Easy said the whole reason Bellator brought Cat in was to fight Cyborg. Cyborg was holding it up. Oh, was she? That's what I'm saying. Like, hit me with some info. Hey, fill me in, because I really don't know who it is, because it's always like somebody is holding it up. First they say it's Cat. Then they say it's Cris because she's boxing. But then I see this year off with Cat. Maybe she's injured. I don't know. But whatever was said, now they got an agreement. It's locked in October 7th. And with that being said, man, it's going to be interesting, like, to see what Cat really brings to the table in this fight at this point. At 41, she hasn't lost in about 5 years. Won her last 4 fights. Good fighters. Good fighters on the come up. Some experienced fighters, but I still think, Cris, even at 38, isn't really going to be this type of pushover. Like, even with Cat's wrestling, I believe Cris has been becoming more and more patient and more technical with her boxing, with her stand-up game. And she's kind of fallen in love with it. You see her using it more. She's been using it in fights. But just because she's doing that doesn't mean that she's going to be like wide open to be ragdolled or out grappled. I still think she has that level in her tool belt. I still think Cris is going to be the more powerful striker in this fight, but I think she'll also be dangerous on the inside, even when it comes down to the Muay Thai knees, because sometimes Cat has good Muay Thai knees, but sometimes she'll abandon them, man. She don't use them enough. Like, when she uses them things are dangerous, man. She caught Leah McCourt with a good one. I remember that fight. That was her last fight. And she fought Leah McCourt. She caught her with some good knees, But sometimes when she lets those go, makes a fight harder for her. But I think Cris, her tie clinch, she chooses to go in, get that head control. I think her knees get very effective. Let me see. Cat was ready to fight Cris when she got signed to fight Leah. The only reason she fought Leah was because Cris went to boxing. That's why her and Leah were told it was for an interim title. Okay. Like I said, hey, you piece it together for me, man, because I'm not sure. I mean, that makes sense. Like, yeah, she's going to box. And then Cat calls her out. But she says, oh, I'm boxing now. Well, I got to fight somebody, right? But yeah, now that it's happening, really, like, what do y'all think, man? What is Cat Zingano offer in this fight? What kind of threat level is Cat to Cris at, at this point of her career? You know, I mean, you just look at the resume of Cris. You know, as far as her skill sets, she's just been dominating everybody in this division. And you know, that's not to say they're bad fighters, but a lot of these girls, they just don't have that ability to adjust and handle that power and that strength. You know, that's what I'm worried about in this fight. Like, how does Cat react to one of those jabs? You know, even just one of those straight right hands. You know, she go straight back foot mode, or will she try to jab back, time, and then set up a takedown, kind of like how you see Tatiana's been doing. You know, Tatiana likes to wrestle, right? But she's been being patient in there. She being patient in this last fight. She goes in for a takedown after a couple of rounds of, about a round of striking. Like, Cat Zingano do that? You know, does Cat have the ability to keep Cris back at bay with a jab or side kicks? Rabio said they're going to make Kana versus Juliana Velasquez, I bet. Yeah, they probably make that next. FC, he said, do you know why there was no rematch between Cris and Amanda, given how fast the fight ended and how interesting that matchup was? Well, the reason was Cyborg and Dana White, they just had like a fallout. They didn't really get along. So she didn't re-sign with them. It just came down to that. You know, she wasn't getting along with the UFC. You know, she was ready to go. She wanted a rematch, but I guess her and Dana White were just having some issues. And yeah, with the way it ended, yeah, I know a lot of people wanted to see it. Yeah, Ravioli pretty much summed up. He said Dana White hated Cyborg. Yeah, he signed her, but she wanted out. She just wanted out at that point. She wanted that rematch though. She still wants that rematch, but hey, that's why you got to make sure you're ready on that first night, man. That first fight it happens, you just got to be ready. Mastermind said there is no threat. Cyborg will win comfortably. Okay, BJ said Cat's physical strength and explosiveness when she takes people down doesn't disappear because she's fighting Cris Cyborg. You think she ragdolls her, man? You think she can body lock her and take her down like that? I gotta know how she gets in there, man. Like, I know I won't know until October 7th, but really, how does she get in there, man? How does she get in there, man? Does she get past those punches? Can she take those punches? Easy, so I don't see Cat outstriking Cyborg, and it's going to be hard to get her to the ground. I think Cat loses. Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to outstrike, man, because, like, fans get mad. Cat, was getting disappointed, a little disgusted because Cris is off boxing, but it's just going to be her advantage, though. That's why she's doing it, because now Cris is going to come in with a higher striking IQ. She's been, like I said, developing it in each fight, getting better and better. And those punches are stiff. She outboxed the kickboxer and Arlene Blenko. So Cyborg, Cris Cyborg, I think even if she was to just keep it on the feet for 5 rounds, she would be successful. I don't know if Cat Zingano would be able to get in there, man. Yeah. Her hands have gotten really good. He said Amanda was Dana's it girl from then on. Yep. That's true. Yes, she was, man, from then on. And he was mad too about he was mad about that one situation when she pulled out of the Valentina rematch. He was like, oh, she's never going to be on a pay-per-view again. He was just mad at her at that time. She winds up being on pay-per-view again. Yeah, but BJ, you said she has that physical strength, but I wonder, man, like, is it really going to be a problem in this fight? Like, is she going to be able to go in there and manhandle Cris? Like, can she go in there and just like take her down and put Cris on her back. And let's say this is after taking a few shots, because we know she's going to be taking shots in there. We got to factor that in. Like, she's going to get hit. She's going to get hit with some of them clean punches. So her reaction, along with being able to adjust and finally get in there. Cat is about 5'6", right? Cat's about 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. Yep. 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. 2 inches shorter than Cris. Cris is 5'8" with a 69-inch reach. So yeah, she's big now. It's a big featherweight now. Cat is 100% not going to stand and strike with Cris. She doesn't do that with anyone else. So she's definitely not going to do it with Cris. She's going to grind Cris out or finish her. Man, you said she's going to finish her. Oof. I got to see it, man. I got to know how this thing happens. Like, how does she set all this up, though, man? Like, does she just smother the power? Does she just smother and take Cris off balance just like that? Like, I think as soon as she like gets hold of her, man, like Cris is gonna feed her some elbows or something, man. And then to get in there, you got to get past those punches. He says Cyborg takes breaks in the clinch sometimes. I've noticed could be an opening for Cat. Yeah. I'm gonna look at Chris's last couple fights, because she kind of carried Arlene Blencowe in that last fight. She did take some breaks in that fight. Got hit a few times in that fight. I don't know if she's just carrying it, but to get some rounds in. But let's see. I'm gonna go back and watch a couple of them. Easy said that's gonna be interesting if she does get her down. Cyborg been doing too much boxing. Probably hadn't been drilling her BJJ that much. I don't know. Could be. Maybe that'll be the opening for Cat. If she's coming in with a more of a boxer stance, Cat might come in, start tagging the legs, throw a couple body kicks, and then boom, go in and try to take Cris down. She puts Cris on her back. Cat has to be focused completely on a ground attack here. Everything has to be getting out of the way of punches, neutralizing the jab of Cris Cyborg, and concentrating on getting the fight to the ground. Setting takedowns up. Everything has to be based off of that. Everything has to be her trying to just get the fight to the ground, because I don't think she's going to win a stand-up battle whatsoever. Because BJ says that's not outlandish when we talk about Cat. We've seen Cat close distance and get people down over and over throughout the years. Yeah, but we haven't seen it. We haven't seen her take this level of a fighter down, right? So we have to see how she reacts. That's the number one. How does she react to the punches of Cris? Can she make it out of round one and make Cris respect her? That's the big if right there. That's the big question right there. That's all I want to know. But like I said, I'm going to go back and watch some fights from both of them. And I want to see like where Cris is lacking as of lately and where she's more comfortable at. And where does that leave an opening for Cris? Where does that leave an opening for Cat? Because that's the real question. Like, where is Cat going to have real success? That's true. But on the flip side, we haven't really seen Cyborg run her back. True here said, I just hope my baby Cat don't get hurt. Yeah, man, that's what I'm thinking of too, man. I've been thinking about that. We just said, how does Cyborg react to the pressure of Cat? That's the question. We're sitting here discussing how Cat reacts to everything. How does Cris react to things? Well, let's see. That is a good question. I mean, we haven't seen many people pressure Cris Cyborg before, because she's usually doing the pressuring. So it comes down to Cat trying to counter that pressure, right? But does she have that physical strength? Does she have that jab to fight behind to make Cyborg back up? Like on the lower level, we seen how like Miranda Maverick can neutralize and even suck up the power of like a Macy Barber or a Cachoeira to get on the inside. Like that's the kind of approach I believe Cat's gonna have to take. On a higher level, Cat's gonna have to take that Miranda Maverick approach where you have to smother power, be able to take power if need be, roll with shots on the inside, and smother Cyborg to get her to the ground and be multitasking. Like I'm talking ground and pound at the same time, trying to lock a triangle on her. She's gonna have to be like all over Cris when she gets her to the ground with that type of game plan. Easy to Cat better not lunge in or she's getting headshot to the moon. Yeah. Yeah, she's got to be smart with it. She's got to be rangy with it, making Cris think she wants to box with her a little bit, and then boom, shoot in. Or, like I said, smother, take away the jab. Because we know Cris gonna be coming out jabbing. Cris gonna be trying to jab the wrestler to death. But I'm glad the fight's going down now. This will be one for Cat's legacy. If she's able to win, it'll be one for Chris's. And then from there, I think Cris will have pretty much cleaned out the division besides Sarah McMahon. And we'll see what she wants to do next, right? All right. So moving on, what do we got? Grasso and Shevchenko, about a month away, right? Almost a month away. Grasso, Shevchenko, man. Well, Alexa Grasso is coming in with more confidence than before. Well, if you're around, Lolita, we're going to talk about Grasso, Shevchenko now. All right, so Grasso, she believes that this time around the fight won't be different, and she's going to finish the fight again. I like that confidence in Grasso, man. That's exactly what I've been wanting to hear and see from her for a long time. But I think she has that now because she kind of found this new approach and this newfound discipline to the fight game. I believe moving up in weight has helped her. Moving up in weight, adding more to her game, kind of fighting her way up the ladder, has kind of humbled her, and it's made her a better fighter. It's definitely made Grasso a better fighter, and with that, confidence has definitely finally started to show in the killer instinct now too. Like she's always been technical, very good technically, but I always felt Grasso was just not letting go enough. But I think when she got put in that position to fight Valentina, it was that kill or be killed type of moment. Grasso said she loves to fight. She loves to fight. Never backs out of a fight. She just has those tentative ways from her past performances. But I think when they locked her in and told her that you got to fight, since Manon had to pull out, I think that put her in that position. Okay, I got to get to I got to get to that level I need to be at. That's what you see in Grasso now, that newfound confidence. So it was kill or be killed. They came up with great game plan, took full advantage of what they had and what they were building, and Grasso won that first fight. She finished Valentina. So I think it's only right that she has that same mindset to say, you know what, Valentina, this ain't gonna be different. I'm gonna finish her again. She said, I'm going to finish the fight again because with the type of now, I'm not saying I'm fully picking Grasso yet, but with the type of performance Alexa Grasso put on, I think that Grasso can build off of that. I think she can really build off of that. Whereas Valentina, she has to do some new things in there and do more of what she did in the first fight and less fancy stuff. But I think Grasso's confidence now, when she's able to take away some of Valentina's counter strikes and also having the ability to touch Valentina and shake her a little bit, is going to make her want to go after her even more. Not saying Grasso's going to wild out or like go crazy and be careless, but I think she believes in it now. So in the rounds where you see Grasso just kind of sitting back and getting jabbed by Valentina, I think Grasso's going to be letting her hands go more. She's going to come in left-handed again. She's going to utilize that straight left hand and that right hook, and she's going to land them more in rounds. And she knows if she can do more of that, she can touch Valentina's chin. I mean, these pictures that I used to post up over the past couple live streams when the fight first went down, when it first happened, I mean, Grasso was connecting. Grasso was connecting. I mean, Grasso was putting that. She was stuffing that left hand in Valentina's face. So she's coming back with a little bit more. Grasso's gonna be coming back with a little bit more and willing to take chances where she should have in the first fight. She probably wanted to play it safe and say, okay, you know what? We're gonna find this opener. We're gonna find it. We're gonna find it. All right, wait a minute. Step back. Let's see what Valentina does. Then, okay, going back in. There was still some periods in that first fight where she was falling behind against Valentina, but she was still in that mode where she knew what was coming. They trained for it. So I believe in this fight here, Grasso is gonna look not to just finish, but she's gonna try to look for the multiple weaknesses that she believes Valentina is still gonna carry into this fight. You know what I mean? Easy said Valentina never seen that style in MMA. Now she has. I believe she knows how to beat it now. Yeah, I hope she, is going to the drawing board and she's believing that it wasn't all the ref that was helping her out. I hope she believes that we have to make certain changes. Because, Valentina's never really had anybody step to her like that. Jennifer Maia did. What Jennifer Maia and Santos did. Jennifer Maia did, but Jennifer Maia really just won one round, right? Tyler Santos, in some people's eyes, could have won that fight, right? Did win that fight. But Grasso, on the other hand, I think Grasso was able to actually do some things even before the finish that made people say, oh, wow, right? Because we were all thinking that you got to take Grasso. Grasso has to take Shevchenko down. You got to beat her on the ground. That's the only way to beat Valentina. And I think Valentina believed that for so long. But Grasso actually took the hands approach. And whenever she started getting hit, that really shocked Val. Well, it shocked the fans, but it really shocked her as well. It really shocked her as well because now you're like, whoa, I'm thinking this girl might try to wrestle me because that's what everybody thinks she needs to do because I'm the better striker. But then no, Grasso was like, I'm the better boxer. I'm the better counterpuncher. Watch this, And they just really, really went to school and crafted great footwork for a fight against Valentina that first time around. So all they have to do is, just take it to the next level each fight. Take it to the next level as far as footwork. Because Grasso's footwork, as long as she keeps that aspect growing and she utilizes that in this fight, her punches will always find Valentina, I believe. Because I don't see Valentina becoming this slick head movement type of fighter. Val's always measuring, and keeping range but she's never like just head off the line, head off the line. It's there to be hit. You just have to find Valentina. You have to find a range and set a trap. FC said, what are the strategies for both to secure victory this time around? Do you think this rematch will be easier or more difficult for both? I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult for I think it's gonna be difficult for both, actually. I know Grasso's coming in with more confidence, but I think it's gonna be difficult for both because Val's gonna be more cautious. Grasso's gonna be cautious the first couple of rounds, trying to figure out what Valentina offers. But if it starts to look the same, I think the strategy for Valentina is to be a little bit more busy, be busy with her hands and wrestle more. Put Grasso on her back more. And I believe Grasso, she has a counter strategy to that. Grasso's going to go back and say, Grasso's going to come in this fight and say, well, you know what? She's probably going to try to put me on my back again. So they're preparing maybe for a submission off the back this time. I think Grasso, they're really working on their jiu-jitsu to look for submission off the back or possibly perfecting their takedown defense with a little offense, with a little bit of knees to Valentina's head if she tries to come in, or possible uppercuts. Because, Grasso's a good boxer. Grasso's a good boxer. And, uppercut, I've always said uppercut's a good punch to use on Valentina. And I believe Valentina comes shooting in this time. They might be lining uppercuts up for her this time. Like when they make her miss them takedowns, might hit her with one of them uppercuts. Or like I said, knee. So I think they kind of have like a counter strategy this time for anything that Val tried to build off of from the first fight. Grasso has the confidence it'll be extra juice. He needs to beat Val. Leon said Leon's confidence next level now after his win. Yeah, I think same with Grasso. Grasso hit hard while Valentina has a pillow fist. Grasso's corner still has other ways to beat Val. They just showed one. FC said takedown defense could be crucial for Grasso to secure her victory. Yeah, I believe that too. Yeah, if she keeps rounds, she can bang rounds if she keeps them standing. Keep them standing, she stays busy herself. Easy said, I was telling everybody that Grasso was going to get a boxing lesson. They was big, man. I was right. Sixer Grasso will beat Val with the hands and choke Val out just like she did before. That would be embarrassing if it was the same way. Mastermind said, always choose a younger fighter who's on her prime. I'm with Grasso. Yeah, Grasso's definitely looking like the one right now. I mean, Valentina, I hope she's not in there trying too hard, because really, Valentina don't have to change too much. She kind of made the mistake of herself. Do you think Val's age, the wear and tear, will be a deciding factor in this rematch? It could be, but I won't say too much because, Valentina hasn't had too much wear and tear in fights, but, behind the scenes, she trains hard. So there's a lot of wear and tear in the gym, sparring, whether it's wrestling or Muay Thai. She's had a long Muay Thai career. So you take a lot of damage, in sparring and training and just, training the body, period. All those drills, all those rolling, all those different, moments you rolling on the mat. So age could be a factor in it. Age could definitely be a factor. But I think age as far as like maybe not wanting it as much as he used to. Maybe the mind isn't like the same way it was as far as like wanting that belt, and the fire's not there. Val needs to focus on Muay Thai. Yeah, I think she needs to clinch Grasso a little bit more, use knees to the body, but I think she needs to jab more too. That jab was working very well in the first fight. Val hasn't taken a huge amount of damage. No, she hasn't. Grasso box Val's lights out and rear naked choke again. Dang. Everybody sees a repeat here. Cole said Valentina has to come to her this time since she's the challenger and she's not used to that. Yeah, she's gonna have to apply the pressure now. But applying pressure on Grasso is kind of dangerous because Grasso's a good boxer, man. Like that girl can move, and the minute Valentina tries to walk Grasso down, Grasso gonna love that, man, because she'll take you apart with them jabs and that that side step she does, little high guard and head bounce, and then start with them leg kicks on Valentina. So Valentina's gonna have to find that range. She's gonna have to be rangy with it, and then go in for takedowns and just try to outmuscle Grasso on the ground. Mastermind said Val has lots of mileage in her. Yeah, she does. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, she don't take a lot of damage in her fights, but yeah, she definitely has like a lot of mileage. Training too. That's a big part of it. Six said Val was delirious when she said she was dominating the first fight. No, she wasn't dominating. She was winning, but she wasn't dominating. Not at all. Not at all. I think Grasso was still in the fight, because if she was dominating, she would have taken away Grasso's weapons. Like, Grasso wouldn't have been dangerous, but Grasso was always in the fight. Grasso was making her jab. Grasso was making her take her down. Like, even around she was having to win, she was having to step out of the box. Like, she had to jab multiple times. She had to move her hands more because Grasso was not being dominated, right? Grasso was always in her face and always making her feel uncomfortable. So she had to make adjustments, because if she wasn't, it would have been like another 4-round ending like Lauren Murphy or something. Or just like a easy win, like cautious type of fight like Liz Carmouche or something like that. I don't know. So yeah, she wasn't dominating. She wasn't dominating. She was winning it, but it was still up in the air, competitive. FC said if the fight is very competitive, who do you think the judges would favor given the UFC interest? I think they would favor the champion, honestly. I think they would go with Grasso. Grasso keeping the belt means better moves for the flyweight division and keeping it young. Keeping it young, and it would mean good fights coming up. Her taking on Manon, Rose, Tyler, Aaron. It would just add to the whole new breed, the new class. Valentina going in this fight will underestimate Grasso will be her downfall. Yeah, she better not underestimate her. She better not underestimate her, because Valentina, she underestimated the striking, I believe. And she underestimated the jiu-jitsu of Grasso. And she suffered for it. And I say she underestimated. She might have said she didn't, but I say that going off of actions, because she was doing a lot of fancy stuff trying to knock Grasso out, but Grasso wasn't there to be found. Spinning back fist, spinning back elbow, roundhouse kick. She kept trying to go for those finishing moves to get like a highlight knockout over Grasso. Every time Grasso would inch in, she would spin. Grasso step back. Grasso step in. She spin. Grasso step back. Grasso was timing her well, so she kind of did underestimate her looking for a big finish like that. When you get to this age and people start figuring you out, you got to just start fighting smarter, like Floyd Mayweather. You just got to start being more and more patient, and you just got to be tight technically. You got to be tight defensive mindedly. Everything has to be tighter now because people are starting to figure you out. So got to be more defensive minded. You got to be straight up and down, just tight, cautious now, because big fighters are going to try to take you down. So takedown defense has to be on. Fighters are going to be trying to grapple out strike. You got to be jabbing them, so Val's got to take it to that next level. Girls ain't going to be fighting the same way now. They ain't going to be standing for crap no more. She was seen as the big dog, and girls were ducking her, saying they didn't want to fight her yet. But, Val is, she's getting figured out now. And it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, when you've been around this long, you start getting figured out. That's how it is. If you've been around 10 years in the division, somebody's always watching you. Somebody's always watching. Runner Reed says, sometimes I hate that spinning back fist. The spinning back fist is too telegraphed, too, like, that wasn't gonna work on Grasso. You know, I even picked that up in the fight. I was like, why is she doing that now? You know, Grasso's actually hitting her with clean punches. Why is she doing this? Do you know the belt rank Grasso holds in BJJ? I'm not sure. I believe. Let me see. Is it a brown belt? She got a brown belt. Let's check. Oh yeah, it's a brown belt. Yeah. Grasso's got a brown belt. She got awarded a brown belt. It says here back in May. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I want to make sure, but yeah, I wouldn't tell you wrong because I believed it was brown belt because I was like, I remember hearing it before, but yeah, uh, it is. Yeah, Grasso has a brown belt in BJJ. Who Caitlin Chikagi, I believe, has a black belt. Tatiana just got a black belt, I think. Tyler has a brown. I think Tyler has a brown belt. Aaron has a black belt. Manon has a brown belt. But yeah, Grasso's got a brown. Mastermind said, yes, you're right. 6. Val has passed her prime for 35-year-old woman. 35-year-old woman. She's just beginning of the end. Easy to lateral movement would beat Val again. Val can only go straight forward or backwards with that Muay Thai style. Right. Yeah, that lateral movement was gonna kill her now because like I was a little weary of picking Grasso because like I didn't think she was gonna put not just the lateral movement, but the way she was doing it, like the punch selection, the southpaw style, like the problem it was giving Valentina. Like I didn't know it was gonna be that much of a problem, man. You know, I was like kind of thinking back to like the other boxers she fought, Jennifer Maia. You know, I thought she was gonna be able to just kind of corner and stalk her, but no, like Grasso was launching hands, nice variety of combinations on Val. You know, to that kind of stunned her to put her on the back foot. Okay, FC said, as a Spanish speaker, and after seeing most of Grasso's interviews, her respectful and friendly, grateful attitude towards opponents makes her a role model of what a real champion is. And I can't argue with that. Like I said, she definitely proved me wrong as far as getting that belt. And I love it because prove me wrong, that means you're doing something right. I always say that. I say that stuff over and over because that's how I respect fighters. I'm never going to like be salty towards a fighter when they rise up. That's what I want, man. I be getting disappointed when fighters don't show up. You know, when fighters don't pull the trigger, I get mad, man. You know, but when they do something like this, and they don't like back down, don't over respect your opponent. I love it. You know, Grasso was a true champion. You know, she came in there, yeah, you know, all respect, just a positive attitude, and then she comes in there and dishes it out on Valentina. You know, Valentina saying, "Hey, I know her fears and all of this and all of that, but I guess you didn't know it all. You know, you just never know." Walter Bell said, "Which belt does Natalia Silva hold?" Let me see. I believe she has a brown belt too. I believe she does, but I'm gonna double check. Don't quote me on this. Hold on. Oh no. Okay, she's got a blue belt. Natalia Silva has a blue belt. How recent was that? Oh no, that was like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm sure she's got a higher belt than that now. That was like 4 years ago. Natalia Silva should have like a brown belt, right? Let's see. Let's see what Natalia Silva has. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was still a blue belt, you know, just because she has been striking more in her fights. But who knows? Let me see. What does Natalia Silva have? Does this mean Grasso was a better fighter than Nunes? Nunes can't stop Val, but Grasso did. No, it doesn't mean she's a better fighter. I mean, styles make fights. Styles make fights. It just means that person has a different style that is built to it's kind of it's built to expose certain things. You know what I mean? And it comes down to the mindset too. Like Nunes might just feel it's two different weight classes, flyweight, bantamweight, and Nunes's approach was just different. I think Grasso just had a completely different approach because Grasso can beat Valentina, but she won't be able to beat some of the fighters Nunes did. So I don't think that just means she's a better fighter than Amanda. I mean, she has some years to be able to possibly surpass her as long as she continues to put the work in. But as of right now, no, I'd still say Amanda's still a better fighter. Can't put her name in Nunes' category. She way too small. He's talking about size more the skills. No, I would still say Nunes is a better fighter, even skill wise. She's proven it time and time again at a championship level. Grasso just won the belt by beating Val, who Nunes already beat 2 times. She may didn't knock her out, but she already beat her with her skills, right? But I think Grasso's skills, I think her skills are getting better. But right now, Nunes is the more proven fighter. Proven fighter, proven resume, more championship fights, more dominant fights, more wins in different fashion than Grasso. You know, so yeah, Nunes skill wise is just better. Taking the weight out, just all around better fighter. I believe if Nunes was a 125er, I believe Nunes would beat them. I beat the same fighters. I think she would beat. I think she beat Grasso too. Like a polished Nunes at 125. Like let's say if she that was her weight class, I think Nunes would win. Colton said, "What about Cyborg not even putting Amanda Nunes in her Mount Rushmore?" Oh, did she not? Oh wow. Oh, might be a little salt right there. Who did she put in her Mount Rushmore, Colton? I didn't see it yet. Is that her most recent interview? I got to pull it up. Hold on, let me pull this thing up. Said she didn't put her in her Mount Rushmore. Hold up. Oh, hit that like button. Y'all still got about 20 of y'all in here. It's already 10:30 at night. I ain't gonna be on here much longer. I'm getting hungry. But I'm gonna, just kind of kick it here for a second. Okay. Colton said Cyborg put Holly Holm, Rose Namajunas, Joanna Janjirjic, and some random Brazilian fighter. Oh, what random Brazilian fighter are you talking about? Um, was it the other girl she beat? What is her name? I believe was it the fighter Amanda Nunes did beat? Edian Gomez? Was it Edian Gomez? Was that the name? She put Holly Holm, and she beat Holly Holm. You know that's salt right there, right? You know that is salt because she beat Holly Holm, but you gonna put Holly in the Mount Rushmore? Okay, Cole said, I'm not sure. I couldn't quite catch it. All right, I'm about to pull it up. She gonna put somebody she beat in there, but she ain't gonna put the person that did beat her. You know what I mean? So yeah, that does tell you something right there. Rose in there. I mean, you could put Joanna up there, I guess, because Rose beat Joanna though. I mean, you could put Joanna, because she did defend her belt 5 times, and she is a pretty good fighter. When it comes down to it. Holly though, man, like I like Holly. I like Holly though. All the way back to boxing, but Mount Rushmore, I don't know. I don't know. I can't do that. Maybe she think that's going to pull her out of retirement. Maybe that's going to pull a man out of retirement. Yeah, let me pull this thing up. Let me see. I don't know. It's like 20 minutes. How far is it in here? When she gets her Mount Rushmore. Is it towards the end? Yeah, putting Holly's crazy. I mean, when it comes down to it, you could put Joanna. Yeah, Ravioli. You could put Joanna because her record's never gonna be broken. I believe it's gonna be hard. Like Whaley, maybe, but it's hard. It's gonna be hard to get 5 title defenses in a row at strawweight. Um, you could put Rose, like I said, because 2-time champion. Did beat Joanna. But the thing, yeah, Lolita says she won over Edie Gomez. Yeah, she beat Edie Gomez. Yeah, Amanda Nunes did. But yeah, Amanda lost to Davis and Cat. That's why I thought Cris Cyborg might have put Edie Gomez up there just to kind of throw some salt. Hold on one second. I don't see it. Okay, thanks. There he is. He said, Colt, I was just about to ask Colt. I was over there searching. He said it's 8 minutes long, about at the 5:20 mark. I was looking at the Ariel Helwani interview, but I guess that's the wrong one. Oh, okay. I see 8 minutes, 5-minute mark. Mount Rushmore. Okay, here we go. Wait, who did she say? Hmm. So Bordinia? I don't know who that was. It wasn't Amanda. We know that. Well, she wouldn't put Amanda up there, even because Amanda knocked her out. But uh, she didn't put Valentino either. So, but that's it's just an opinion. That's everybody's picks. Everybody got their own picks, right? Easy said Cat Ragdoll Nunes too. It was ugly. Yeah, I remember that. Cat's chin in the Nunes fight was crazy. She's a lot older now, though, right? And she suffered some brain damage from that fight. I remember her talking about that. She suffered some, concussion, like serious concussion from that Amanda Nunes fight. All right, Cyborg being labeled as a villain in the UFC. Yeah. Kale Quest, what's up? He says, so we're around to beat Zingano and Davis, but they beat Nunes. Right. And it's a bad approach to their fights. Styles make fights. Like she gave them space to work, whereas Ronda went straight at them. You know what I mean? Oh, Stamina, is that who she talking about? That Gordina, that young girl? The girl just starting off? Or wait a minute, who am I thinking of? Am I thinking of a little atom weight? All right, hold on. Emily Ducote? Oh no, it can't be Emily Ducote. Sound like something else. She said Brazilian. I'm thinking like Brazilian. Lolita says share the link. Hold on. All right. Six said put some respect on Cyborg's name. Ronda beat Cat fair and square on a fight. Beat Cat square. Fair and square fight. Yeah, she did. I mean, she just made a bad mistake. Lolita said Edie Gomez won over Amanda. No, I thought she lost to Amanda in that fight. It was a long time ago. I thought Amanda Nunes beat Edie Gomez because she only lost to Amanda Nunes early on in her career. Only lost to at the very beginning what's her name? Alexis Davis, Kat Zingano, and the one girl used to have a mohawk at Invicta, Sarah Del Alejo. But Amanda Nunes beat Edie Gomez. Oh, we can go to no, Lolita. It's a long time ago. I remember watching it. If you look at the resume, it wasn't Invicta. Amanda Nunes won. Amanda Nunes beat Edie Gomez because her first loss was to Alexis. Not what is her name? She lost her first fight, but like her first loss up at the top that people remember was like Alexis Davis. I'm gonna send you a link to it, a resume. Oh, appreciate that, Walter. Walter Bell, the 10 spot. I appreciate that, man. Walter Bell, I it wasn't Walter Bell. Somebody asked me to do a key to victory for Natalia Silva and Andrea Lee. So I'm gonna make sure I do one because somebody else asked me, and I know Walter Bell want me to do one for Natalia Silva and Andrea Lee. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to do it in the coming days. I missed and deleted my other fight that I just called too, man. I was doing the Marina Moreau. What is it name? Marina Moreau and Kareem Silva, the first fight. I got to do that tomorrow afternoon again. Walter Bell, I appreciate you, but oh yeah, appreciate you, man. Yeah, Lolita said, my bad, Amanda won over Eden. Yeah. I tell you, I remember these. I used to put these fights on DVD. You know, I used to put a lot of these fights, Strike Force and early Invicta, like 10 years ago. I got a lot of these on, a lot of these fights on DVD. But yeah, I think Grasso has the confidence, and she definitely has the tools to go in there and do it again. The question is, will she? I don't know. Yeah, Amanda beat Edie Gomez, confused for India Maria. She beat Amanda. Yeah. I don't know, man. It all comes down to Valentina studying what happened, accepting what happened, and making sure that there's no excuses made and just saying, oh well, if I did this I could have got that. No, Just has to be like, I did this thing wrong, and this is how we got to fix it. But as time gets closer, we're gonna watch the old fight. We're gonna watch the first fight again over here, and I'll call it again, like I called it on that night. We're gonna do a round by round on it. I don't get why YouTube won't let you show footage if you're just doing like a breakdown, man. That's what sucks. That's why, much like Coach, I'm thinking about doing Patreon when it comes to that, so I can just play the fight and I can sit back and call it with you. You know what I mean? We can watch the actual fight. I mean, I have to do that on Patreon though. Like, I don't know if I'll charge for that. I would just do a free Patreon probably. I don't know. I never really use Patreon like that, but if it means I can play actual fights and let y'all watch them while I break it down, that would work. That would be better. Val's biggest nemesis is her ego. Yet, when you get to that level, you are your own worst enemy, or your ego can be. Grasso versus Val will be just like Rose versus JJ history. Alexa Grasso has no reason not to be confident. She did what few people thought she could, and all signs point to Val not having had enough time to change the habit of a lifetime. All pressure is on Val. Yeah, because Grasso's style, Grasso's game plan, Grasso's overall technique for that fight was not a fluke. It was actual. It was actually frustrating Valentina. It was an irritating style. It was uncomfortable at times, and it shows you that it could be done again. It wasn't no behind the back knockout, no quick little submission just on like an arm bar, or like simple reckless mistake like that. It was all set up. So yeah, Val has a lot to change. Val got a lot to change in so little time, and it's only been what, it's gonna be March to September, 6-month period. I mean, normal turnaround, but when you lose in that fashion, there's things you got to change. Lolita's like, so it's 10 o'clock already. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock here Eastern time. That's why I got to go. Val's puppy dog comment has never been the same. Oh yeah, about Aaron. I bet you Aaron was laughing. Grasso's relentless and good everywhere. Yeah, she stepped out of the box from what she used to be as far as just being a technician. They finally making her let go. I wonder why UFC didn't go to Mexico for the rematch. Yeah, I don't know. Like, that, I mean, they set nothing up. They didn't really set nothing up. That would have been interesting. Like, they did it in Mexico. A nice little homecoming. But yeah, I'm done, y'all. Been on here about an hour and 45. It's a good time limit to jump off and go get some food. But appreciate everybody coming through, especially Walter Bell with the 10 spot. Like I said, we're going to do this keys to victory for the Silver Girls later on this week. And yeah, Grasso's super well rounded. I think they didn't go because there was probably some problem with the cartels wanting a piece of the pie. Oh man, I don't even want to mess with them. We're gonna stay in America. Are we going to Brazil? Shoot, we going to Russia before we go. We would go there if they want to mess with them. Mexico ain't the easiest place to do business. Yeah. I wonder if Shevchenko has anything to do with him not going to Mexico because the high altitude. Might be like what she said. Is it Marino lost? That's why. Yeah. But that's what it is, man. Hit that like button to make sure y'all subscribe. I will catch y'all tomorrow, maybe sometime tomorrow, earlier afternoon. And yeah, that's all I got on this one, guys. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.